Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to the fastest growing sports gambling podcast in the tri-state area. We got AA Anthony Alessino. We got the graduate Bryan Castiglione. And my name, as always, is James Hawkinjost. And this is Parlay-Vous. What's up? It's Parlay-Vous. Got the squad today. No Jack because he's got work. Boo. It's week 11. What's going on? Good week for you? Bad week for you? How'd it go?
Didn't really go too good. 2 bad weeks in a row. Not happy. My fantasy football teams are floating. I have 4 teams, and I'm pretty sure now we are a combined all 4 teams 500. It's just been tough.
Mediocrity.
Yeah. Are we in the playoff race in all of them? Yeah. Ask me in 3 weeks. I could be in the front driver's seat in all of these, but it doesn't feel like that.
Hey, look, I'm in one of those leagues with you. All 3 of us are in that league. Your boy started 0-4.
Yeah.
Or 0-5.
I think it was only 4.
0-4, I think.
Because I think you traded at that point.
It may have been 0-5, but
yeah, it may have been.
So now at this point, I made the trade and lost another game after I made
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. So at this point, I believe Joey. I didn't see what he finished with on me because I didn't see the end of the game with Tyreek. But he's up around 15-20, and I've got Debo, Kittle, and Darrell Henderson. So 5-5 is pretty much safe to say at this point.
I would think you'd be okay.
I would think you'd be okay.
I think you'd be okay.
Right back around. I'm
going to tell you right now, I'm down 9, and I have Kittle, and if I don't win, I'm going to scream. So that right there.
I should beat Jack. I think he needs a bit from Ayuk to beat me.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's going to happen against the Rams defense.
No.
We'll see. I also need Ayuk to win me a game in another league, so depends on what league I want to be happy in.
Is there a way you can be happy in both?
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
If Ayuk gets 10.5, then you win both.
I'll be honest, I need the win more in our league than I need it in the other league.
Right.
So,
fair enough.
Yeah, betting didn't go too well. It's okay. You take your lumps. Lost 2 weeks in a row. Pretty bad. And I did, back on the horse, we say. It's Monday, I knocked off the depression early on the day, chiseled it off throughout the day. By lunchtime,
had bologna and cheese.
By lunchtime I was feeling pretty
humbled
good.
down a little bit.
Yep, and I'm humbled and I'm ready to just move forward now. How about you? How'd you do, Bryan?
I feel like every Monday I'm constantly getting back on the horse. Right. So I feel like at this point we're just going through the cycle. I don't know. I feel like, and I could be wrong. I feel like the NFL has been very weird the last couple of weeks. And I was saying this to Connor, and I could be wrong. It could just be like, psychoanalyzing it. But are we kind of at the point where a lot of the teams that we always saw as being really good are now starting to get bad? Maybe these teams that are actually been so bad for so long are turning the corner. Do you think that's what it is? Or do you think it's just been a weird week of games? It just seems so consistent. I feel like the last 3 weeks have been weird.
Well, it is kind of always cyclical like that. We've all been around long enough to remember when Seattle was shit.
Right.
And they were shit for a long time, and then they turned it around, and what they've been now the last couple of years, perennial playoff contenders. We've seen it with the Chiefs. The Chiefs have been shit and now good in our lifetime.
Yeah, I think he's right, though.
We're kind of getting to that
But
point.
it's these other teams where, even, I know it looked bad last night, but, the Raiders. The Raiders are great this year. The Raiders haven't always been,
Yeah. I think we're just buying into
You think that's what it is?
This is one of us. I feel like this is probably the first time in our lives, anybody around late 20s, early 30s, where they're like, okay, they've seen an entire career of a Hall of Famer. Right now is really the first part of it.
Well, it's like Eli.
Yeah,
right.
We're in that. We're in that.
We're witnessing a lot of torches being passed.
Phil Rivers,
Peyton,
right?
All of Phil Rivers, all of Ben.
For us to see guys come up.
All of Rodgers.
Yeah,
right.
For us to see guys come
Russell
up.
Wilson.
All of Russell.
Yeah.
And be like.
But Russell's nowhere near retirement.
No.
He's only 31. I think he wants to play 10 more years.
But I feel like he's been playing forever.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been forever.
I put him in that forever category.
But that's how
now I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's like you're looking at it and it's like, all right, when you're gambling, and you're betting on games, and let's just say, and I'm just going to throw out an example, the Broncos have had your back for years. Like every time you bet on the Broncos, you feel great about it. Like they always cover for you for some reason, though that's your team, right? When it comes to betting. Well, that was 2015. You know, a long time has passed since then, and then you just hang on to it.
I did it this week with Seattle.
Just hang on to it. And you're like, holy shit!
This is a get back on the horse game for us. We've seen him do it 100 times over the.
And it didn't feel like that.
And nowhere near that.
Dude, that game of that was the game of America, right? The America's game of the week. America's game of America. America's game of the week. I was like, holy shit! Like they were like, what's the worst game we could put on? What is the snooze fest we could put on?
We have Rodgers just getting off of COVID.
Oh my God!
Versus Russ.
We got Russ with pins. Edward Scissorhands. He looks like he's got fucking pins all over there, fucking metal sticking out of his hand, and that was the duddiest game I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, but when they said it as America's game of the week, it was probably like May, and they're like, "This is gonna be a shootout."
You can't even bet. You guys can't even be a degenerate. You can't even bet on the first touchdown, and it doesn't even happen till the third quarter. How do you expect me to stay in it? How do you expect me to want this
Can't
thing?
even get the quick thrill.
Jesus.
Come on. Someone figure it out.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Before we do this, I know everybody wants to ask already. He asked how we did. How'd you do, Jim?
Well, I was actually, I'll say it. I did all of my winning this week on basketball and college football. As far as the NFL goes, got obliterated.
Yeah, but you won.
Oh, I'm up some units on,
Yeah,
on a
so
college
there it
football
goes.
parlay that probably takes more luck than skill. I mean, you know.
I'm glad he's able to.
Definitely able to admit that.
Good. All right, but definitely some skill.
I mean, I guess to a degree.
All right. Well,
5-team parlays are almost always more luck than skill.
yeah, but you fucked up on one, remember?
Yeah, I fucked up on one and it worked out for me.
That's good. Hey, listen, whatever, it happens. All right, what do you got for us? You got something for us?
Yeah, we're gonna do it all overreaction or not an overreaction. We all know the game by now. I give you the topic, I give you the statement, you tell me if it's a reaction or an overreaction.
All right, go ahead.
Topic number 1. The Chiefs are back.
Back. He says it with emphasis.
They're back.
No.
First place in the division.
No. Because when you say back, you say you mean
all the way back.
Not all the way back yet. Take it easy. It's a step. They look good. If I was a Chiefs fan, I might sprinkle some money in a future bet. They are going to win the division. I do believe they're going to win the division. But that's not back to me. What do you think?
I don't think they're back either. I know I just said the Raiders were good, but if they had versed, like, I don't know, Packers, maybe a pass defense that's a little bit more impressive, I get it. But you know what? I feel like also with at this point in the season and the way it's been, you know it had to bounce back. I think it was just a matter of who is it going to be. Like, if it wasn't the Raiders, it would have been next week's opponent. Like, there had to be a game like this.
I'll just say this. Beating the Giants, beating the Aaron Rodgers Packers, and then beating the Raiders for a 3-game win streak. 3-game win streak, no matter what, in the NFL is great, but it's less impressive. Right? It is to me. The Giants, Packerless Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. Well, yeah, right? I said it right.
Aaron Rodgers Packers.
Yeah. There you go.
But anyway,
Jesus Christ. Anyway, that to me is the difference. So, and another thing, and I know you didn't even fucking bring this up, but I'm going to do it. The Chargers are really playing so bad right now and down on themselves that, like, they're not even giving the Chiefs trouble. The Chiefs are able to work through all this shit, and they don't even have a real run at a real threat at the division. You would think right now, how I thought it would be in the beginning of the year, that if you told me this is going to be the Chiefs' record, they would be chasing 1.5 games to the Chargers, but they're not.
No, they're up a half game, right?
Right. So,
and I agree. I think they're not all the way back yet. Step in the right direction for sure.
Yeah.
Next statement: the Packers are Super Bowl bound.
No, it's overreaction. There's a lot of talent in the NFC, man. A lot of talent. Are they good? Yeah. Are they great? Maybe. But I have this infatuation with the Rams. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the Rams regardless. I just think they're too good. I mean, listen, if the Packers make it to the Super Bowl, I'm not surprised. But at this point, I still think it's the Rams. I don't think.
All right, fair enough. Great segue. Next topic. Odell Beckham Jr. is the final piece for the Rams.
Overreaction. I think the final pieces have already been there. I think it was going to happen anyway.
I think that's dismissive.
What do you mean dismissive?
I think that's dismissive because we've been hard on Odell, meaning the public in general. But to say that.
You don't think the Rams had a complete roster before Odell Beckham going into the season?
Yeah, but,
I did.
But you're saying that like it's not a help that he's there.
You're phrasing the question as if they needed him to finalize what they were already doing.
It's fair enough.
So
I mean, Bryan's backing it up, right? So Bryan's backdooring it. So if Odell's not there, they make the Super Bowl no matter what.
I think they were, and did we not all think we were making it regardless before Odell?
If you think of it like that, yes.
That's the way I'm thinking of it.
Yes. Robert Woods, I mean, he gets hurt and Odell's not there. I'm a little worried.
Right.
But, final piece
in the context of Woods tearing his ACL, yes.
It's hard for me to say it's an
It's hard to do that though because
I know
it's hard for me to say that statement's an underreaction that he's the final piece, but I don't want to say he's an overreaction. You know what I mean? So I'll say he is the final piece. I can't underreact to him being the final piece. I'm not head over heels for it. And McVay came out this morning and said that thing, right? You saw that, right?
What?
I told Odell that we don't force targets here. You don't get spoon-fed targets. You earn them. And if you're open, Matt will find you. Well, Matt will sure as shit find you. If I'm Matt, I said, thanks, Sean. You locked my MVP up. I think he locked it up. He stays healthy. He locked it up. Kyler being out a few weeks. Rodgers being out for the 1 week of COVID. Derrick Henry being out for the rest of the year. A lot of these awards, we talk about all the time, it's the war of nutrition. Just stay healthy the longest, and you keep yourself in the race. So I think Stafford locked it up. I think Odell is the final piece to the MVP for sure. And I think we'll see. And it depends on what Odell we get. If we get the talented Odell, no, that's it.
What do you think?
I think, yeah, in terms of I've had money on the Rams to win the Super Bowl for a few weeks now. I've been on the Rams for a while for the Super Bowl. But in terms of supreme confidence, that's the final Infinity Stone in the gauntlet.
Gotcha.
If Sean McVay's Thanos.
It's hard for me to sit here and think back to this show a year ago, me and you doing the show, and me and you consistently saying, damn, if the Rams had a quarterback, damn, they'd be so good. If Stafford had a good team, damn, he could win it. And then it happens, and then it's hard for me to now turn back on it and be like, somebody's going to upseat them. I have to see this through. I got to see this through, my guy. I gotta finish this. This is it. It's Rams all the way for me. That's what it is.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous.
Next one. New York Jets head coach Robert Saleh is on the hot seat.
No, overreaction.
I think it's an overreaction. I mean, how high were the expectations going into the season?
We knew it wasn't going to be great.
Right.
The last 3 games, they've given up 41, 35, 42, and what'd they give up yesterday?
45? I could be wrong.
They've given up
close to 45.
To find the amount of points given up over
45.
a 4-game stretch, you have to go back to the 1963 New York Giants, I believe.
But they're not good, Jim.
No, but he's a defensive coach.
Right.
Yeah,
but
they just lost their best defensive player.
No, they lost their best defensive player
2 weeks ago.
In fucking training camp,
no,
dude.
Yeah.
The best defensive player left 2 weeks ago.
Okay, that's fine, but you pride yourself on scheme, and the players don't work for your scheme. So now we got one of these guys who's the scheme, but all of the great coaches move the scheme to work with the player.
All right.
Like John Harbaugh's scheme didn't work for Lamar Jackson until Lamar got there, and they changed the scheme.
I'm going to play devil's advocate, and this is what I'm going to say. That half the battle with defense, it's a 3-phase game, right? We can all agree with that. We can all agree that it's a 3-phase game. And if your quarterback, and I can't confirm, I won't look it up. I'm just going to go off sense of feel here. If your quarterback or your offense turns the ball over a lot, I know it was 2 picks yesterday. I know it was 2 picks the week before. And you're always playing with short field position, and you're versing good teams like the Bills. I mean, what are the Bills supposed to do? They're supposed to run you down, and they did. They're supposed to beat you up, and they did. So, you could blame the defense, but we could blame the offense for bad field position all the time. We could blame the offense for not. If you don't produce, it's very hard for the defense to hold a team down like that.
I get that. That's fine. I'm not.
They're not having 8-minute drives on offense.
I'm not blaming the players on the defense.
I'm just saying. I don't think I think they hired him as like a cultural change, the same way that the Giants tried to do with Joe Judge, where it was like, this is our guy. Like this is what it felt like as a Giant fan when they hired Judge, and you could agree or disagree with me.
I think you're gonna say what I'm already thinking.
Like they were like, hey, this is our guy for 10 years. Like this is our franchise coach. We got a franchise coach, and we're going with him. Like this is our guy. And I feel like they did that with the Jets coach now too. So I have a sense that they'll give him at least one more year. It would be weird to move on from him now. Where do you go?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I say it's overreaction.
Yeah, I think it's an overreaction. I think he's fine.
All right, one more. Patriots still own the AFC East.
That's a fucking overreaction.
I think that's an overreaction too.
I mean,
I think the Bills still have it. I know it's been weird the last few weeks, but
all right.
It seems a lot like they took 1 year off. They got their guy. Mac Jones looks amazing.
I'm not going to tell you. I have to call out everyone listening now, and this is fucked up because I didn't want to do that this early into the show.
About what I said?
No, no. But I have to look into the camera and I have to tell everybody how I feel.
Okay.
You want to say that they took a year off? No, when I get to that, I'll get. Don't rush me. You want to say they took a year off? That's fine. I'm okay with that. You want to say that they're back? Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. If you're going to look me in the eye and tell me you'd rather Mac Jones to start a franchise than Josh Allen, because Josh Allen's so old. He's past his prime. Right? He's no good no more. It's Mac Jones now. It is so far and away Josh Allen's division. I don't even know what to, I'm at a loss for words. We surveyed 100 people. Who's better, Mac Jones or Josh Allen? Ding, 97 said Josh Allen, and the 3 people were from Boston. Okay? So no, it's not the Patriots division, dude. All right? What do you think, Bryan?
I mean, I said immediately out the gate that it was Josh Allen's division. So I don't know. Yeah. I mean, you're berating me over Josh Allen. I immediately said it was Josh Allen.
I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. I see all these tweets, like NFL Twitter, just going last night.
I think.
Oh, the Patriots are back.
I think the Patriots just want to feel like they're back.
What the fuck you mean?
Because I don't think mentally they're ready for the rebuild. And I think Mac looks good. So they're like, is this it? Like, are we back in this immediately?
Yeah, they're
good.
It's
never going to be hard again.
Like, they're good. I get it. Their defense is solid. I mean, Mac Jones isn't really making mistakes the last couple of weeks. You got a fucking wide receiver that caught his first touchdown pass of his career. And he's played like fucking how many games that guy played? Like
he played a full. I think it was a full season.
At least
year, right?
at least a year.
It's been at least a full season.
Played like a season.
Take it easy, dude. Stephon Diggs is doing back shoulder throws with one hand waving to the crowd. Like, take it easy. Honestly, Mac Jones or Josh Allen?
Josh
Allen.
I didn't think this was going to be the most passionate of the time.
I'm just saying, like, I saw my phone's blowing up yesterday,
Dude,
and I'm reading.
You're getting mad at me like it's my opinion.
I'm just saying.
My job was to generate these.
My phone is blowing up yesterday, right?
It was. I did get.
And then I'm like, ding, 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 and I'm like, oh, the Patriots back. Oh, the world better be ready. The Patriots are back. What? All right, they're good, but they're not better than the Bills. Nobody can say they're better than the Bills. All right, that's it. That's all I have to say. Are we gonna segue right into this?
Yeah, we're going
Bills on the AFC,
and we're going straight into Thursday night with the
Patriots.
With the Patriots. Woo! Let's do it.
Patriots in Atlanta.
I gotta take a sip of my
Take a little sip.
my Sierra Mist.
Thursday, November 18th. The New England Patriots are going to Atlanta to play the Falcons. I got New England laying 7.5.
I hate that I talked all this shit about the Patriots, and now I have to tell you guys that I have them as the favorite. Whatever. Patriots -6.
I have Patriots -6.5. The line is also at 6.5.
Wow, pretty sus.
Pretty sus. I just held it in the air and opened it up in front of you.
Pretty sus that he starts the lines and.
Huck had the paper while I was filling out my lines.
Where are the lines?
My lines are here. The real lines are right here.
Okay. All right, Brian's up 2-0. Indianapolis going to Buffalo. I've got Buffalo by 6.5.
Amazing how we go right into the Buffalo too. But go ahead.
I have Buffalo at 5.5.
I got Buffalo at 6.
Buffalo is at 7.5.
All right, so I'll take the 1.
Okay.
Baltimore going to Chicago. I got Baltimore by 5.5.
Got Baltimore -6.
I have Baltimore -7.5, and the line is 6.
Ooh, that's
got
on the
two?
head. All right, while you're doing that, I'll keep going.
Go ahead.
Detroit at Cleveland. I got Cleveland -7.5. Is that too much?
I think that's too much. I mean, we don't know what's up with
Is that
Baker.
Patriots the backup? The fuck?
We don't know what's up with Baker, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, they said he was. Yeah, they didn't seem like it was going to be too serious, but I don't know if it's this week back.
I think it's too much. I got Cleveland by 2.5.
Oh,
I have Cleveland by
little.
4.5.
That's too little.
I have 4.5.
What do you got?
I have 4.5. The actual line is 9.5.
Yeah, I'll take
Jesus
that.
Christ.
Yeah, that's why
All right.
I thought that was way too high too.
Detroit they just set those spreads up, and then you just like, what do you want to do now? What do you want to do? You want to take Detroit with the points, right?
I don't want to touch it.
Okay,
It grosses me out.
all right. You want to go or you want?
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep it up.
Houston at Tennessee. Tennessee's on a roll. They figured it out. Now knowing that this is 9.5, I probably should have went higher, but I went Tennessee -9.
Yeah, I mean, now knowing this is 9.5, good Lord, but I got Tennessee -7.5.
So I have Tennessee at -10.
That's pretty good.
And I think Jack has -10. I can't read his handwriting. It's -10. I just confirmed it. Yep.
So that's
Tennessee
2 for you?
-10. Yeah.
Ooh, Brian's got 2 on the button already.
Brian came to play today.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if that was a 1 or the 2 when they do like the circle and go out.
Yep.
But I was like, it can't be 20, right?
So it's Green Bay at Minnesota next, and that's always a tough division game. That's always a hard-fought game. I probably went maybe a little too high. I went because they're on the road. I went Green Bay -5.5.
Nah, it's gotta be around the field goal. I got Green Bay -3.5.
I went Green Bay -4.5. Vegas has it at 2.5.
Yeah. I will touch Green Bay. As of right now, I will touch Green Bay on this.
Yeah, that kind of game's got to be within a field goal either way.
Miami at Jets next. Just talked about the Jets on the earlier segment. No good. We're saying Zach Wilson's out.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
We're gonna just keep
keep
on keeping on. Miami -6.
I don't think either one of these teams are very good. I got Miami -3.5.
I actually have. I guess I went too low. I went Miami minus. Oh wait, no, I'm reading the wrong thing. I went Miami -2.5. And they're at 3. So I don't know how that works.
What do you got?
You have 3.5.
You had 2.5.
Mhm.
You get it.
Brian is on fire. We're not going to recap yet. We'll recap after the 1 o'clock games, but there's not that many 4 o'clock games tonight. So here we go. I mean, this week, New Orleans at Philly. This is I had a very hard time with the spread. Did anybody else have a hard time?
Yeah.
I had such a hard time. I made
little
Philly
bit.
the favorite.
I had such a hard time that I actually made it a pick 'em, and that's what I thought I was reading for the last game. But
I didn't.
I made Philly
I didn't have
-1.5.
a hard time making Philly the favorite at 3.5.
Oh, okay. Philly -1.5.
Philly's -1.5.
Oh. You really, I love to when you hear it. When you hear that you get it on the head, it's just such a
I'm
good.
getting fucking
All
beat up right now. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that
it's
much.
all right. Washington at Carolina. You went pick 'em last game. I went pick 'em this game.
Did you?
Yeah.
You went 1.5 last game. I'm going 1.5 this game.
Ooh.
Carolina.
Oh, this is spicy. I'm going 1.5 Washington.
I could see it.
Yeah, but honestly, it's Carolina 3.5,
All right.
which I didn't think after the
the
football
second
team
point.
beat the Bucks. I figured.
Yeah, that's an over.
Yeah.
They're going to do that all year, Washington. They're going to do that all year.
And Cam Newton did great. It's great. Everything's great. He's back. It was a happy time for everybody. But if he's going to be the QB1, I'm willing to bet we're going to get the Cam Newton we've got for the last 3 or 4
As opposed to
years.
what? PJ Walker though? Like, who would you rather?
I just
I don't know.
I
It
think we're
doesn't.
getting overexcited about Cam. That's all. Sham Newton.
San Francisco 49ers at Jacksonville. They play tonight. I always do this. I always do the spread based off what I think is going to happen tonight. And that's a problem. And I think Jacksonville's been playing better. And that's a problem. So I went San Fran -5 only.
I went San Fran -4.5.
I went San Fran -6.5. Vegas has it at 5.5.
Nice, that's me. You love to see it. What's the recap of the score as we head to the 4:00 games?
Alessino has 6 points.
Love it.
Bryan has 5, and Jim has 3.
Okay, so I've fought Bryan off long enough, and here we are, 4:00 game. Cincinnati at Las Vegas. Las Vegas no-showed, and Cincinnati was off a bye. I went Cincinnati -3.5 on the road.
This was the hardest one for me to figure out of the week.
The next one's the hardest one for me, but
This one was the hardest one for me to figure out this week, and I ultimately came to Cincinnati -2.5.
I went with Cincinnati -3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas has it at -1. Cincinnati.
Smash that. Smash that.
The fuck? Betting against Vegas scares me. All right. I thought my hardest one, and this is probably the game. This is probably the game of the week, right?
Yeah, it's got
I would
Romo.
think so.
Maybe not.
I
Romo's
would think
name
so.
all over it.
Arizona, Seattle, right? Yeah, all right. Dallas had KC.
I feel like you overthought this one.
I went KC by 2.5.
Okay.
I don't think I overthought it. I just feel like Dallas gets smashed by the Broncos, then smashes yesterday. Chiefs, they smashed last night. They're all over the place. They're beating teams that they should beat. Can the Cowboys beat a team they should beat, or can the Cowboys beat a good team? I should say, for calling the Chiefs a good team, right? So it's a mess. So Chiefs -2.5. You could run around in circles, and then you get back to square one. You're like, fucking give me the Chiefs by 3. So 2.5.
Yeah, so I mean, if you overthought it, we both overthought it because I got the Chiefs by 2.5.
I guess I overthought it because I went Dallas -2.5.
Wow. That's the shock pick.
So that's a little foreshadowing. But they have KC at 2.5.
Ooh.
Wow. All right, 2 points. But
Things just
what's
got
it good for,
interesting. I'm up by 2, right? 3 now?
Yeah, you're over me by 2. Brian's in 3rd.
Wow. Arizona and Seattle. I did the same thing. Seattle -2.5. I just don't think Kyler's going to play.
I disagree.
Oh, I did it as if Kyler was playing.
I disagree.
I did it as Kyler if not playing.
I did it as if Kyler was playing, and I feel like the norm here is to assume he's playing until he's not. So I think the book's going to agree more with me than is with you here. They might not have it as high as I do, but I got Arizona -10.
Oh my God.
Really?
I think that's the worst. I think that's I don't say worst because worst is a strong word. I didn't hear the spread yet. But I think that is the most outlandish one this week. I thought up until when you said Dallas, I was like, it's a little weird. But I could see it.
That was only the last
But I could see it. No, but that was the weirdest one.
Right,
and
right.
then I could see it. And then this is
Well, let you make his case.
Well, I'm just saying, Green Bay pretty much blanked Seattle this past week.
yeah.
And beat him in a rock fight. And now Arizona is just as good, if not better, on defense than Green Bay is. Whether it's Colt McCoy or now, if it's Colt McCoy, it shouldn't be a 10-point spread. But if Kyler's in this game, I feel like it should be over a touchdown.
All right, I agree with the defensive aspect. I just don't think Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson are going to get shut out 2 games
Yeah, I
in a
don't
row.
think that's gonna happen.
I don't. Well, you could be right. I just don't want to overreact.
Okay.
To it. So what do you got?
I went with Arizona -2.5. All right.
So Arizona
-2.5.
I have Seattle -2.5.
And you have Arizona -10.
Yeah.
Vegas has it at Arizona -2.5.
So you got it on the head.
Yeah.
That makes things very interesting with 2 games to play.
It's very interesting.
I heard that Colt McCoy has a bruised pec, okay, or a strained pec, and that he should be good to go Sunday. So when I heard that,
I think Kyler's going to be
I
back
assumed
by
Kyler
Sunday.
wouldn't.
It's
play.
been 2 weeks,
and
without
Hopkins
Kyler.
hasn't played the last 2 weeks. That's why I was. Hey, I
You know
can
what it
totally
is?
see that.
Well, I could see. So I originally thought that if Kyler doesn't play, it goes that way. But I think a lot of people look at what happened with Russell Wilson last night, like Vegas looking at it and being like, "What's going on? Like,
Maybe
is he
they're
gonna
just not that
bounce
good.
back, or are we not bouncing back?"
I'll say
they'll
this.
make the adjustment after this game.
I'll say
depending
this.
on how it goes.
This is, in my opinion, this is an absolute 100% must-win for Seattle. They cannot lose this game.
Yeah, if they want to stay alive.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
fucking goddamn 3-8.
If they want, this is a absolute. Arizona's reeling a little bit, but if they don't win this one, it's absolutely over. All right, here we go. Sunday Night Football. This is also a tough one for me. Pittsburgh and the Chargers.
I try not to overthink this.
Yeah, I
Pittsburgh
didn't overthink
at
this
the
one so much.
Chargers. Chargers home. Big Ben should be back from COVID, right?
It depends on if he's vaxxed or not. Rules are different.
And they're in LA.
Okay. Yeah.
So isn't it 14 days instead of 10? But
I don't know if that matters in the NFL,
All right,
but
whatever.
it might.
If he doesn't play, it's higher, but Chargers minus 3.5.
I kind of just agreed to come to a spread whether or not he was playing. Just be happy with one number regardless. I got Chargers minus 4.5 because their run defense just is shit. And the one thing the Steelers can do, whether it's Mason Rudolph, Duck Hodges, or Big Ben,
That's exactly why I went 3.5 because they
can run
just
the ball.
can't stop the run.
I went Chargers minus 5.5. And Vegas has it at Chargers minus 5. So
I
that's
got
you.
that one.
All right, so that's Brian's point, and then we're gonna.
No, it's my
No,
point.
that's Hockey at
Oh,
4.5.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's
So-
on.
We're gonna give it a little recap for the last game.
Jim has 5-6-7. Bryan has 5-6-7. Anthony has 5-6-7-8.
Whoa, dude, this is crazy.
All right,
All right, everybody.
everybody, buckle up. We got a big big finale. We got a
big
grand finale
Monday Night
here.
Football
Photo
game.
finish.
All right, Monday Night Football. The Giants at Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What a good matchup.
Tam Brady.
Does anybody have the Giants as the favorite?
Were we playing fucking
No.
Guess who?
Guess Who, dude? No.
You got no? You don't?
No, I do
All
not.
right.
Yeah, click that
Does
one.
anybody have it less than a touchdown?
No.
No.
Okay, so here we go. May the best man win. Buccaneers minus 8.5.
Tam Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers minus 10 on the nose.
I got Tam Brady minus 12.5. Vegas has it at 10.5 for Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So that's a sad tie. So we need to figure out right now how me and Alice.
No, so
You got to guess over under on one
pick
of the games.
You pick a game.
Ooh.
We'll pick the over under right now, and closest one.
Yo,
wins.
over under on Dallas and Kansas City. And I'll pull it up over here.
Alright.
This is spicy. We've never had a. Well, at least
I
one
got
while
it.
I've been here, but.
I got my number too. Yeah.
All right.
Do we write it down, or
Do you wanna
we
write it
just
down,
going right
just-
off the other person's number?
just for the sake of honesty.
Write it on your piece of paper and fold it in half, and then hand it to me, please.
Fold it in half.
Thank you very much.
I guess I'll write Ant, so you know who did it.
I mean, I gotta be more clear about this. That doesn't look great.
Thank you. You had to fold it this many times.
Well, I just want to make sure it's secure.
You can see me holding it, dog.
These close ones are always nerve wracking, boys. You know, and it comes down to an over under. It comes down to an over under.
Are you guys nervous at all?
I feel good about my number.
It's good to feel something.
What if you guys tie on the over under?
I don't know.
Do we go to another over under?
Yeah, we have to.
No, we fist.
All right.
We fist fight. We fist fight.
All right,
over
pick a
it,
number
dude.
1 or 2.
Oh man, what's this?
Just
about?
pick a
two,
number.
Two.
All right, we're opening Alcino's first.
Oh, what is this?
All right.
I'm getting thrown around here.
It was just a question. And has 56.5.
Spicy. We
Hawk
don't have
and
the same
Joe.
number.
We don't.
No.
Has 58.5.
So if it's 57.5, we tie again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vegas has the game at 55.5.
Oh, we need a bell, dude, or a horn.
And there it is.
We need a horn. I
feel
take
like-
it.
That was worse than just losing.
What's worse than losing? Losing in overtime.
Yeah, dude. That was worse. Than,
Dropping a tough one in OT.
That was worse than just losing by 6.
So we take the break. We come back. I draft first.
Correct.
Yep,
All right.
that's how it works.
All right. We're here. We got to talk to you about Stay Thirsty for a minute. All right. In October, we had a special promotion going on. Droptober. You had brand new products every week in the month of October. For the holiday season, we got a little something different going on. Isn't that right, Jack?
Yes, sir. This holiday season, we're going to have a mystery box for you guys. You're going to use code HAVOC to get 15% off. Get a mystery box. You're going to give a gift to yourself while you're giving gifts to the people you care about.
Stay Thirsty Co. drop the OY and focus on you. All right, we're back. It's time for the fantasy football fringe player snake draft. But before we get into it, we have to get into last week. Funny, Jack's not here. One, he's not here to gloat to you because he was a couple of moonshots away and he got those moonshots.
Yeah, Moonshot Mooney came through for him.
So those $5 right over there, American currency, those are his. But what are you looking for?
My you have it folded up. The sheet that I folded up with the over/under on it. No, yeah. So I can see the matchups. Yep, thanks. All right.
Jack got you, beat you.
Yeah, he did. He beat me. He beat me. Moonshot Mooney. Fuck him. What are you gonna do?
So we got him to double down against me this week, and
Kid looks all right.
He's got 33 points with some guys to go. He's got Jimmy G, he's got Eli Mitchell, and he's got Brandon Ayuk. The three of them need to combine for 27 points to beat me. I have 60 and a half. With a 0 from Mike Gesicki. I'm continuing my trend of drafting players with zeros. Anthony, rough week, had the lowest scoring output. I mean, assumedly the lowest scoring output. All of his guys went. He totaled 45 and a half points. And then Bryan had a very good week as well with 59 total points. So we're going to get right into it. The order, it's Alessino, then myself, then Bryan, correct?
Yes.
Quarterback pool this week. Mac Jones, Taylor Heineke, Justin Fields, Carson Wentz, Kirk Cousins, Jalen Hurts, Cam Newton, Joe Flacco, Tua Tagovailoa, or Trevor Lawrence.
I'm on the clock, right?
You're on the clock.
Jalen Hurts.
All right, that puts me on the clock. Give me Mac Jones.
Ooh.
Against Atlanta.
Sorry about all this noise. Let's see what we got. So who's off? Mac Jones.
Mac Jones and Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Damn. Give me Carson Wentz.
All right, now you're on the clock for a running back. The available players are Ramondre Stevenson, A.J. Dillon, Mark Ingram, Darrell Williams, Boston Scott, Ty Johnson, Zach Moss, Wayne Gallman Jr., Alex Collins, or Kenyon Drake.
A.J. Dillon.
I was going to say.
Yeah, that's why I looked at you.
Easy as it gets. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I forgot that was me for a quick second there. Do we know if Kamara's still out?
I don't think he will be back. I think he will be back.
I think he will be back.
Yes.
I'm going to take Mark Ingram regardless.
All right. Darrell Williams.
And
Ramondre Stevenson.
All right, wide receivers. Kendrick.
Are we not doing two running backs?
Oh, no.
Sorry, I was thinking. No, you're good.
Sorry, no. You're right.
You're back up.
I know, I'm thinking.
No. Jim's back up.
Sorry.
I snaked it back.
Right.
Getting a little thrown off with three people.
Yeah.
You took Darrell Williams and Ramondre, right?
Yep.
Let me get Zach Moss.
Oh, damn. That's who I was gonna take.
I feel an Alex Collins coming.
Yeah, it's damn. Yeah, give me Alex Collins. It was between him and Drake, but
Yeah, but you're on the board for the first wide receiver too.
And now here we are with wide receivers. Kendrick Bourne, Bryan Edwards, Jamal Agnew, Traquan Smith, Byron Pringle, Elijah Moore, Christian Kirk, Marquez Callaway, Michael Gallup, and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
damn. This is, I feel like, about as fringe as it's gonna get.
This is super fringy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It really is super fringy.
I guess. I guess give me Traquan Smith.
All right. I was gonna take him. That's a good pick. You're up.
I am up?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I am up. We're going Mac to Kendrick Bourne. Connection.
Okay.
Stack.
All right. Christian Kirk.
All right. I'm going to do this just because I noticed it. Oh, you're still up?
Yeah.
You're right. The snake is messing me up.
It is messing up. It's fine, but I want to know what you're going to say now.
Good.
You should have let him play out what he was going to say.
I hope you don't take him because it would mess up what I was going to say.
Yeah, it sucks.
I mean, I'm going to say it regardless, so pick who you want.
Yeah, and I'm just... Is Gallup back?
Yeah, he was back last week.
How'd he do?
I think he scored a touchdown. I could be wrong. I started him in DFS. That's what.
But they got blown out, right? So it's...
Well, they did the blowing out.
That's what I meant. You know, it was... All right, so I got Christian Kirk. Give me Gallup.
All right, I'm going to take Bryan Edwards.
He's just not up yet.
I'm not up yet?
No.
How am I not up?
You go first, then
All right.
Jim.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Me
You're at
for
the bottom
2,
of the
then
snake.
you.
Fuck.
That's all right.
All right, take Bryan Edwards then.
The pressure.
I'm not going to say anything. You guys just tell me when I'm
All
up, and
right.
I'll keep looking at the
I
player
don't know
pool.
what's going on this week. But
Oh, my God.
don't take Bryan Edwards, please.
No, you can take
Let
him.
him have him.
Because I'm going to say it regardless. Go ahead. What I'm trying to say, even if he does take Bryan Edwards, Jack, spell mine and Bryan Edwards' name right, dude. It's got a Y in it. Both of them.
Just for the disrespect, dude. Do not take Bryan.
No, take him. Go ahead. Take him because I have another one up too.
I don't know who this Bryan with an I is, but
Nah, I'll take my man Eli Moore.
All right, because that's who I was going to take if you didn't take Bryan Edwards. So now I'm going to take Bryan Edwards. So it all worked out.
3 straight picks. Brian's tried to trade up to get Bryan Edwards. He finally successfully.
I hope he
does
scores a
that.
goddamn touchdown this week.
All right, here we go.
So tight ends: Tyler Conklin, Gerald Everett, Austin Hooper, Adam Troutman, Dan Arnold, Tyler Conklin, Zach Ertz. That's Tyler Conklin twice. Disregard that. Eric Ebron, Dawson Knox, and Dalton Schultz.
You're up first, Brian.
We're sure. I'm sure.
We're
Yeah.
We're all
positive.
good. Everyone's
We're all
good.
positive.
God, excuse me.
All right.
Dude, take Conklin twice, double points.
Is that how it works? Can I stack the 2 Conklins in one slot?
Yeah, dude. It's like
It's a super flex?
no, it's like a flash draft.
Oh, it's a flash draft. Which one's the 1.5
Conklin
multiplier?
times 2, dude.
Nice, dude. Give it to me. No, I guess just fuck. Give me Zach Ertz. Why not?
This guy.
Am I up again?
No,
No,
you're done. You can put the sheet down.
you took Ertz, right?
Yeah.
You're up now, though.
Is Dawson Knox coming back?
He played this week.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll take Dawson Knox.
I shouldn't have told him that. That's what I was gonna say. Give me Tyler Conklin twice.
All right, so to recap, in the one spot, Mr. Alessino has Jalen Hurts, Darrell Williams, Ramondre Stevenson, Christian Kirk, Michael Gallup, and Tyler Conklin.
Doesn't sound good.
I have Mac Jones, Mark Ingram, Zach Moss, Kendrick Bourne, Elijah Moore, and Dawson Knox. Brian has Carson Wentz, A.J. Dillon, Alex Collins, Traquan Smith, Brian with a Y, Edwards, and Zach Ertz.
Guys, I mean, I know they're fringe, but none of them sound good.
No, I don't. You don't.
Nothing
look at-
jumps off the page yet.
You don't look at
No.
any of these rosters and get excited about it.
But hey, someone's got to win, right? so, you know.
So stay tuned next week.
All right, so on to
No cash bets this week. We're gonna take a rest.
I don't like
I barely got through the draft. I don't think I'm putting money down. On
I don't like my team, and I don't have a fiery young kid with a mullet here to
to piss you off.
egg me on.
All right.
So you know, I try to stay away from the the petty in person bets for $5 off fringe fantasy players. Yeah, but there's a line, and that's where you cross it. That's when it becomes a problem. You know.
You're betting on things that don't really matter.
Yeah, now I do it with him because
Gotcha.
he's a young buck, but he's not here today. So
You're betting on 2 raindrops racing down a window. Got the one on the left.
yeah. So what do you do?
Nothing. We're gonna take a quick break.
All right.
All right, what's up, guys? As everyone knows, this season we are on YouTube. Last season we weren't, and I got to be honest with you, we were dressing like shit a little bit, you know.
We weren't worried about what people saw. We were wearing pajamas. We had Anthony coming in wearing whatever sweats he wore to work that day. Half the time I'd roll out of bed and show up to the studio. But now the people are going to see us, and we got to look fresh. We want that fine Italian fucking material. That's right. We're talking Saatchi di Dinero, streetwear brand from Long Island, New York. The gear is fire. It looks good. Right now I got the M5 Motivated Money Making Monday morning hoodie on, okay? You're going to be able to get this and so much more at SaatchiDiDinero.com. Promo code HAVOC is going to save you 10% off. That's SaCCHIDIDENARO.com. HAVOC. Promo code HAVOC gets you 10% off. Always authentic, never counterfeit. Saatchi Di Dinero.
And we're back. Once again, best way to support the show is to support the sponsors. You support the sponsors, you're supporting the boys. Also, there's other ways to show your support. Give us the like, the follow, the shares on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Help us out with the algorithm. Help spread the word about the show to new ears. That being said, it's time for the Tournament of the Degenerates.
All right, I'll take us off. I'll start us on this magical journey. The 3-week slide absolutely continues. I'm gonna be very blunt about it. It is bad. So overall, we're down $1,874 for the year. I'm gonna keep it super simple this week, but I'm gonna risk it all because at this point we're playing from behind. Titans, Ravens, Patriots, all just straight, just win. Everybody just win. 1,000 to win 1,200. We're gonna take it to Bryan. I need that sheet though.
We all need the shit you just threw on the ground.
All right, everybody's upset with me. I don't understand.
All right, so last week I wound up losing 200, so I'm down to just 377. This week I am putting in I'm gonna put a money line bet on a Washington football team, 100 to win 155. And then took another 3-team parlay. We got the Saints at 1.5 plus 1.5. Green Bay minus 2.5, Cincinnati minus 1, and that is going to be 100 to win 573.
Yeah, we took our licks. This week. We went big. We lost big. I had Seattle and Philly in a money line parlay. They both lost, right? Philly win or no?
Philly won. Yeah. They beat the Broncos.
Philly won? Oh,
yeah.
So we were halfway there. But, Russ didn't show
Living
up.
on a prayer halfway there.
Regardless, we lost 1,000 on that. We're down to minus 2,400. So if you thought it was bad for Ann, it's worse for me. Once again, we have all 1,000. All of the eligible 1,000 are out in play this week. We got 4-team parlay, all with the spreads. We got Cincinnati minus 1, Arizona minus 2.5, the Superchargers of Los Angeles minus 5, Baltimore Ravens minus 6. That's 200 to win $1,908.
Don't fear being great.
Jack's not here, but that is a big dick swing.
Yeah. That's the big dick
There's
of the
there's
week.
more room there's more space in the room this
Oh
week.
my god, I missed
There's
the kid.
so much space. Yeah,
I missed the kid, but.
So, and then we got the Washington money line, 400 to win 620. I believe that's plus 155. And we got the New England with the spread, minus 6.5, 400 to win 364.
With the spread.
Yes,
Right.
minus
Okay.
6.5.
All right, so those are the picks, and then we head to the my favorite part of the show. Again, reeling, but
Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a
Well,
skid.
well,
We hit. Yeah, we were good
me and
last week.
Bryan hit.
I'm on a skid.
Yeah. So
I hit last
the
week.
Glizzy God.
He did hit last week.
We took the Vikings. Me and Bryan
Mm-hmm.
covered that. Who'd you have?
Seattle.
Oh.
At Seattle.
Yeah,
Not great.
they dudded it up, but it's all right. So now this week, yeah, it's interesting.
It was another tough one to find a good pick that you felt great about. But there's one underdog that isn't, like I've said, I don't like these 1.5, these ticky-tacky games where it's really going to be probably a pick 'em by the time we get to game time. I look for the 3 points or better. And there's only really one team this week that I feel supremely confident about who is a 3.5 point underdog.
Supremely confident about.
They are a 3.5 point underdog on the road. It's the Washington football team. No Chase Young. No Chase Young. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, obviously it matters. Chase Young is a monster, a bulldozer coming off the edge. But this team is the kind of team with Taylor Heineke where they're gritty, They're gonna compete. They're gonna play good defense, and I just don't know if Cam Newton's like gonna. If he gets the starting role, he can't really. I don't. You think he's gonna handle this Washington defense cold, so to speak? I mean, they just hung up a 10 points. You know, they hung up a near 40 burger on Tampa Bay, and beat them by 10.
I don't know. I went back and forth with the Glizzy. It was one of two. One being Washington. I don't know. Who do you have? I'm not even ready to say it yet. That's how down to the wire it's gonna come.
Okay, well, mine, to be fair, was 2.5 because, like you were saying, not a lot of threes.
So
Yeah,
let me
this
guess.
week.
You're the other one. You're my other option. Go ahead, tell us.
Is it a banana split?
It's the Dallas Cowboys. That's who I'm going with for mine
Oh,
against the Chiefs.
that
Come
was
on
the other
now.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you have now then?
It's a little wishbone, dude.
No, I don't know.
Just take a 50% stake in each.
Give me a.
Now he's gonna dare to be different.
Yeah, I am. I
Now he's
am.
gonna
I am.
dare-
Give me
Yeah,
Seattle. Give me Seattle.
Seattle.
Give me Seattle. I can't. I'm not gonna ride coattails. I'm not here to ride coattails, boys. And I shouldn't have
You
went
did it
last. I
last
should have
week
went
and you got
first.
the W.
I went first last week, right?
Did you?
Yeah, I think you agreed with me.
Oh, well, I had said out loud to the room I was burying a hatchet.
Well, yes,
before
you did.
we even got
But
into
the thing
this.
is, I didn't make. You made the decision last week before it was said. I didn't make the decision before you guys went,
Gotcha.
so I feel weird. So
Cowboys, baby.
I'm gonna go with Seattle. Seattle, Washington, Dallas. Dallas is a good pick. You hear Dallas underdog and you're like, what are you dumb?
It's because it's
That's
the
what you
Chiefs.
do.
It's because it's the Chiefs.
It's
But I
kind
think
of crazy
would
though.
it? I mean, I feel like I say the same thing every week to justify the Glizzy, but this game goes to a shootout. I feel like, if the
It is-
Chiefs play the way they did last week,
It
but
is gonna be a shootout.
Yeah.
Now. Like, that's the thing.
but I say that every week. I'm like, this game go to a shootout,
Yeah.
and but honestly,
When I said over under 58.5 on this game, I brought it down a whole point because I was thinking 59.5.
Yeah.
I was thinking almost 60. Honestly, seems like
Yeah.
a 35, 31, 38, 35 kind of a game. Now,
Had it been indoors, I might have said that. That's
Oh,
the
if it's
only
at
thing that
Dallas.
stopped me from the.
It's not that cold in Kansas City yet, though.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think
the
so.
crowd is a factor.
But
though,
I
Kansas
just
City.
thought I thought maybe indoors would have been like, I don't know. Either way, it's gonna be a bunch of points scored. I would go over on 56.5 to be honest. So, 55.5, right?
It's
I'd go over on
55.
I'd go over on
55
55.5.
Something about it is so fishy to me where it's like, every now and then you're like, the book knows something we don't know.
Like every now and then, like every fucking spread ever. I feel
No,
like
I
lately.
mean like even you see this more so on prop bets. Like the week after Corey Davis went off on the Tennessee Titans for like 100 and whatever yards and the 2 touchdowns or whatever it was.
Mhm.
The next week in the prop bets on I forgot who they played the next week, but a lesser defense than Tennessee. The over under on his yards was only 53.5. So it's like something's up there.
Yeah.
And then he went way under.
Revenge
You
game. The Titans game was a revenge game.
It's always a revenge game.
So
I'm so mad. That's the example I went to. I'm so
you didn't
mad.
have to do it, but everybody fears the revenge game.
no one's
So
more
you-
than hockey.
What you're saying is the book was like, nah, that was a revenge game. His over under. needs
Yeah,
to be
I think
way
that
lower.
when the books drew it up, they were like, "Oh, damn, former team.
This
He's
is
gonna
a
go-
revenge game.
He's going nuts. He's gonna. What did he say? What?
He's
I-
going nuts.
From this point on, this is Odell Beckham's revenge season. From this
You
point
think
on,
so?
Dude,
Every game's
it's
a revenge
one of
game.
two ways. We Josh Gordon it.
Everyone's got a chip on their goddamn shoulder.
It's one of two ways. We Josh Gordon it. We play 38 snaps and we don't touch the ball.
and we get to look at the ball.
Or-
yeah.
Like, when you break up with a girl and you go, it's not you, it's me,
Mhm.
right? We're gonna find out if it's Beckham. Like if
Yeah.
Beckham, it's not you, it's me,
My
or
God,
like we're
yeah.
gonna find out, dude. Like
If it doesn't work
You
out
know,
here, my guy, we have
right.
our answer.
the greatest show on turf 2.0, okay, acquires one of the most talented wide receivers of the generation. If you can't make it work with Stafford and the boys, it don't work, pal. It don't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. You
Let's
should have
just-
stayed in Cleveland.
Like-
Let's
That's
just
it.
be clear about something. Whether it works out or not, he's not going to be in a Ram next year.
Why?
Money.
See, now, I'm just going to say this. Like, I know we're closing out the show, and I don't want to get into a crazy big argument again, but I will if I have to. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers brought back Godwin, Mike Evans, and Antonio Brown. And it was money. So it can be done.
That's not Von Miller's money. That's
maybe
Jalen Ramsey's money.
Well, do you think Von Miller
Aaron
stays?
Donald's money.
I don't think
Stafford's money. Cooper Kupp's money.
See, I understand what he's saying.
It's a lot of money.
They did that. They did that with Shaq Barrett. They did that. They brought Shaq Barrett back. They brought Fournette back. They brought all those guys. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's.
Here's what I'm saying. It's either going to go poorly, and they're either going to cut him before the season ends, or just let him walk at the end and say, best of luck.
Didn't work out. Yeah.
Or he's going to do very well to the point where they're not going to be able to afford to keep him because there's going to be somewhere else with a ton of money.
Stupid.
Who's going to say, you're 31. Here's 4 years for 88, 90 million. You're going to get one more big payday. Yeah. And then that's where the crux of his career is going to lie, right? Because he's going to get the second payday if it works out. And then if it combusts again, that's when we find out it was really.
So since I'm not an agent, a pro athlete, a media personnel, or someone who works in the NFL offices, I can say what I'm about to say. And I feel like if you're Beckham, maybe you light it up with Stafford. And maybe at the end of the year, you say, damn, that's what it feels like to have a real quarterback? I'll take less money.
Right.
I'll take less money to stay. And your agent's going to be like, we could cash out a second big deal here, pal. I could, but I'll make it anyway. I'm in LA. I'm going to get all the watches, the hair products, the this, the that, the this. He's going to make out.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Now, I'm not saying I'm not a PR guy. I'm not an agent. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not all the confidants that he has probably in his ear saying, dude, we're cashing out this $80 million. What are you, nuts? Mm-hmm. But maybe to him, he's at the point in his career where it's like, all right, nah, I'm supposed to be the greatest of all time. It's time to build the legacy of my stats now instead of all the other crap that went on. Mm-hmm. Like don't tell me he can't. He could still have 4 or 5 solid years in the NFL and us look back on it and be like, wow, he was the real deal. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be back like, wow, he put up a lot of shit because guess what? This is my perspective. I look back at Terrell Owens. I look back at Chad Ochocinco, and yeah, they were like not head cases, but they were a little all over. You know what I mean? They were out there. I mean, flamboyant, we'll call it, whatever you want to call it.
They were prima donnas.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. But I look back and I'm like, yo, those guys were my guys. Like, I grew up watching those guys. Like, those were the guys I looked up to when I was younger. So I'm sure there's a million kids around the world that are like, yeah, if he's playing ball, he's going to be top 10 in jersey sales, without a doubt. It seems like you're agreeing. He's going to get every single sponsorship that he can, promotion, anything that he wants, he'll get in that sense. So you take a big signing bonus, or they work it where they can get him in there. Why would you not stay? Because he ain't going to get... This is my bet. He will not play with a better quarterback for the rest of his career than Matt Stafford.
Point taken. Counterpoint. Matt Stafford is 34 years old, going to be 35 years old next season. He has had a career filled with injuries and bad ones. He played fucking all of 2 years ago with a broken back. How long is it? Because if you're going to commit the next 3 to 5 years to the Rams, well, in 5 years from now, Stafford's 38 years old.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So here's how you look at it, and I'm gonna make this I could talk this segment for an hour, but I'm gonna make it real short. If you look at the division, and I'm looking at it, I'm putting myself in the shoes of the Rams GM, right? And I'm looking at the division. I go, all right, we got Trey Lance, young guy. We got Kyler Murray, young guy. We got Russell, who's 31. We said he's still got
on his way out of town.
But okay, we can't assume that. But whatever. We got Metcalf there. We got bowlers there. We got players that can
I'll
play.
say it right now. Russell Wilson does not play the 2022 season in Seattle. He doesn't.
I agree with Hawkins.
He's the opening day starter elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is
fine.
I truly, in my heart of hearts, it immediately follows the Deshaun Watson trade that we all know is coming. And I believe it's going to.
Wait, they're just trying to gauge his value?
No, well, what's going to happen is there's going to be a bigger market in the Deshaun Watson thing than there was at the trade. Right now, it's just Miami, right? There's going to be 4 or 5. By the time everything settles with the litigation, and we know, he's going to be suspended 6 games, whatever it is. He's not going to be.
He's going to go to jail.
Yeah, he's going to jail, whatever it is. Eventually, when that goes off, there's going to be more teams interested than just the Dolphins.
Yes, agreed.
One of the teams that winds up losing out and not having the ultimate package for Deshaun Watson is going to make the call for Russell. Russell's going to start the same bullshit he started last offseason. I'm not asking for a trade, but here are the teams I would want to go to. And him and Sierra want to have like a A-Rod J-Lo thing going on. And they can't do it from fucking Seattle, Washington. Which is why I believe Russell Wilson is a New York football giant next season.
I would be so happy.
I would be happy to.
You send Danny Jones and a litany of draft picks.
Send it through.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
but listen.
Send it through.
Listen. All right. So fine. Whatever. You know Trey Lance. You know Kyler Murray.
At least we can use Kenny Galladay the right way.
I think they look at it. And Barkley. I think they look at it. And they go, all right, we got a window here for a title. We got 3 to 4 seasons. Let's win 2. Let's win 2 out of the next 4, including this year. Let's win 2 out of the next 4. And let's close the book on this thing. So who can we wrap up with a bow right now, get it nice and tight, and then end up, sailing off into the sun? That's it. That's what I think. So,
did you see the mug that the Rams GM kids got him?
No.
They got him a coffee mug that says "fuck them picks."
Oh my god. Who needs picks if you're not going to be the GM to pick them, dude?
Who needs picks if you're going to get Von Miller?
This is either going to work or it's not. If it works, you're picking deep in drafts, dude. If it doesn't, you're not picking draft picks because you're not the GM anymore.
First of all,
that's it.
The Rams fucking gave up a bunch of draft capital to go get Jared Goff. It didn't work. They fucking gave up more draft capital to get rid of Jared Goff and bring Stafford in. So when they run into their next problem, they're just going to be like the fucking Yankees, dude.
If you're going to say that the window, well, if I said it, but if you're going to agree with me and say the window for the Rams is 3 to 4 years right now, and they have a chance to win the Super Bowl every year for the next 3 to 4 years, right? Then with Goff, you had a window of mediocrity for the next 3 to 4 years where you were like, all right, we're never going to win a Super Bowl, but we're good enough to possibly get back. So being in that position in absolute limbo, you're like, all right, fuck it, we're going all in. Like, Von Miller, that was easy. That was like easy. Von Miller doesn't come back. Odell might.
I don't think Von Miller's going to come back.
Von Miller will go. We've seen what happens with Odell, right? We've seen it. So if he feels like there's stability there, I'm shooting a dead horse. If there's stability there, then
I don't know the guy. I don't want to comment on anyone's character. I just
agree to disagree.
From what we've seen in his career, I don't know if LA is a great place for him to be spending all of his downtime during the season, but who knows? We'll see what happens.
I'll tell you this. I will tell you this, and I think back to this all the time, and I bring this up all the time. If Matt Stafford if he truly wakes up every morning and goes out to breakfast with Cooper Kupp, and then they do game film, and then they go to practice, and they hang out 24/7, if that's truly the case, and Beckham can invite himself into that environment, why would you not want to be there every day? Stafford ain't Eli, dude. Eli's a cool dude. Don't get me wrong. Baker is a cool dude. I can see how they don't get along. I could see.
I don't know. I can't tell what type of person Baker is.
You
honestly.
can't. And it's
weird.
No idea. I didn't know what type of person was Eli until after he retired. So I felt weird about it. You know what I mean?
He always seemed like kind of.
I think Stafford's a good guy.
Stafford's a good dude.
And I think they have a good. I think the guys on that team, it's going to be like, we're here, we're working, we're winning, and that's it.
Yeah, either you're invested or you're not.
You know what I mean? When you're on the Giants, when you're not winning, it's easy to complain. That's the thing. When you're on the Browns, it's easy to complain when you're not winning. Winning solves everything. Everybody says it all the time. Doesn't matter.
It's true.
Hey, I hate your guts, but if we're winning, who cares? It doesn't matter. So that's it. That's what I have to say. That's my rant for the end of the show.
That's good. But you got anything?
I got nothing.
Oh, that's our show. Good. Peace out.